We're going to do two problems from your packet today. Okay, so on page 140, number 3, it says, find the circumference of the circle to the nearest hundredth if the area is 4 pi. Okay, so on every single circle question, I want you to write 3 equations at the top of your paper. Diameter equals 2r, circumference equals 2 pi r, and area equals pi r squared. This way, if you look at the question, the answer of what formula you need to use is in the question. If it says find the circumference, you know you need to use this equation. If it says find something else, you know you need to use that equation, right? So if you write everything up here and you read the question carefully, it just becomes a matching game and it becomes way easier to do the problems. So we have to find the circumference of the circle if the area is 4 pi. Okay, so they give us the area first, and we always need to find the radius, okay? The radius is the foundation. So they give us 4 pi as the area. So remember, if they give us the diameter, we need to find the radius. And then we can solve for all other things. The radius is the foundation. If they give us the diameter, we need to solve this problem to find the radius, and then we can solve all the other ones. So in this case, they give us the area, we need to find the radius, and then we can use that in order to find the circumference. Okay, so the radius is the key. So formula for area is pi r squared. They give us the area up here as 4 pi. So I'm going to substitute this value for A into the equation, and I get 4 pi equals pi r squared. I want to get r by itself, so I'm going to divide this side by pi. I have to divide this side by pi. I get r squared equals 4. To undo an exponent, we do a square root, so we get r equals 2. So now we have our radius. And we can find the circumference, which is the main question up here. So circumference is 2 pi r. We found r down here. We're going to plug it in up here. We get circumference equals 2 pi times 2. We get circumference equals 4 pi. So I plug that into my calculator, and I get the circumference equals 12.56. Circumference equals 12.56. And that is the answer to this one. Next problem. Okay, there are 2 circles. They mention a large circle and a small circle. So I'm going to draw, guess, a large circle and a small circle. Excellent. Okay. So the area of the large circle is 36 times the area of the small circle. Okay, so remember, whenever we're trying to set up some sort of ratio where it's like how many times, we want to use the smallest circle we can find. So we're going to use a circle that has a radius of 1 and therefore an area of pi. How do I know the area is pi? I'm just going to do a quick calculation to show you. So if I have a teeny little circle where the radius is 1, the formula for area is pi r squared. So I substitute in the radius of 1. 1 times 1, or 1 squared, is 1, times pi is the area. Anything times 1 is just itself, so the area is pi. So if we use the smallest circle possible, the area will be pi and the radius will be 1. And that is the circle that we want to use in these types of problems. So the area of the large circle is 36 times the area of the small circle. if the area of the small circle is pi, and the area of the big circle is 36 times the area of the small circle, the area of the large circle has to be 36 pi. Okay. Now, the radius of the large circle, okay, so this is our final question. This is what we really need to find. The radius of the large circle is how many times the radius of the small circle. So the radius of the large circle, how many times means divide. Radius of the small circle is a small r. So ultimately, we need to find, oh right, so the radius of the large circle divided by the radius of the small circle. This is what we ultimately need to find. Therefore, we need to go back to our circles and solve for their radius. We have the radius of the first circle. We need to find the radius of the second circle. Area equals pi r squared. So this can be substituted in here, and we get 36 pi equals pi r squared. We want to get r by itself. We divide by pi, and we get r squared equals 36. Square root both sides, r equals 6. So the radius of the large circle is 6, and the radius of the small circle is 1. Therefore, the answer to the question is 6.